UK-based computer chip designer ARM Holdings is being sold to the American graphics chip specialist NVIDIA. The deal, which values ARM as being worth as much as $40 billion, has been struck by current owner, Japanese conglomerate SoftBank, 4 years after it acquired them for $32 billion. The ARM tech is at the heart of most smartphones, among many other devices. NVIDIA has promised to keep the business based in the UK, to hire more staff, and to retain the brand. For more on these stories, we're going to cross over to London, where we're joined by Arise business analyst BODE OSASOMI. BODE, good morning to you. What do you make of the Eurozone figures, the industrial production for July, the 4.1% output? What does that tell us?
Well, just slightly better than expected, so it really doesn't move the needle as such. The euro continues to hold up quite well today, 1.185, that's euro to the dollar. And my sense is, of course, we have to look at other numbers to get a clearer picture of where the things stand with the euro. But the July numbers, apart from being worse than the numbers in June, what's good about it is that we see broad-based growth in almost all categories. Capital goods actually grew 5.3%. Durable goods grew 4.7%. And almost all countries saw production growth in July with a strong rebound, particularly Spain saw 9.4% in terms of industrial production in that month. Italy grew 7.4% industrial production also in July based on these numbers that we are just receiving. Germany and France actually experienced a slower growth after strong June. We had 2.4% growth in Germany and 3.8% growth in France. It's too early to draw conclusions from these numbers. Markets, of course, this morning are looking somewhat mixed. We actually saw initially most of the European markets in the green, but later in the day, we've seen the FTSE coming down. You've seen the DAX also coming down in negative territory. CAC, as we speak, is up 0.12%. Of course, you know the Asian markets, most markets, Shanghai, the Hang Seng, and the Nikkei, they all closed in positive. But the mood is certainly much more positive for markets today, particularly with some of the positive narrative around coronavirus vaccines.
Thank you for that, BODE. On to this TikTok now, and what looks like this last-minute deal with Oracle. How will U.S. authorities respond? We're hearing, maybe you can help us clarify. It's not really a sale and doesn't include TikTok's algorithms. There's a lot of the mix here.
Well, it's been called a restructuring or a partnership, which really could be anything. So we have to really wait to hear the details confirmed. What we know for sure is that Microsoft is out. They've confirmed that their offer was not accepted, and they have not been asked to make a new offer, even as this Oracle partnership is now what we're hearing is going to happen. But still a lot of uncertainty. Reuters, from an approval perspective, China still has to give the nod, irrespective of whatever restructuring that's going to happen. And the synergy is still not quite clear, but it could be a win-win in the sense that both China and the US can declare a victory of sorts, depending on how you look at it. No doubt, Oracle, my understanding is that they have a much better relationship with the Trump administration, and CEO Larry Ellison would have perhaps tested out this approach with Donald Trump, and he understands perhaps better than anyone else how to manage all the red lines that, particularly with the US government. The interesting thing is that China has said they were not going to approve the transfer of TikTok algorithms, which I think is what Microsoft may have really wanted. So we don't know exactly what Oracle is getting here. Although Oracle has always wanted to gain access to the cloud computing market and the consumer data business, this may be a way. TikTok stores massive amounts of data and currently is a large customer of cloud services that's run by Amazon Web Services and Alphabet. So that may be the plus for Oracle here, but we have to wait and see. China still has to give the nod even to this, and I think the US wanted a complete decoupling, but it may have to accept this as a first stage to avoid more tensions that could backfire 50 days into just ahead of the election. So, of course, a complete shutdown of TikTok will hurt jobs and it's not going to sell well. So, although it's a symbolic loss of sorts for Microsoft, Microsoft may have been lucky to get out of something that could eventually become even messier as we go on.
Thank you for that, BODE. And still more M&A here. Gilead, their deal. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's an interesting deal. $21 billion is a lot of money. And my understanding is that the proposed $88 a share deal values Immunomedics at more than double its closing price of about just over $40 a barrel on Friday. So they must know what they are getting. My understanding is that Immunomedics has made a major breakthrough in breast cancer treatment. Their drug, Trodelvy, it got approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Admin authorities just in April, and many have been raving on Immunomedics since then, and its stocks has been going up, many seeing it, of course, as another attractive takeover target. So the bets may have paid off. Gilead, on the other hand, has been struggling with some of its treatments, hepatitis C treatments. It has also bought into some other cancer drugs, but it doesn't have that stellar superstar drug that it's looking for. But my concern is this premium is a bit steep, and I just hope they know what they're doing.
Thank you for that, but I guess we'll see how that plays. And then NVIDIA paying for ARM Holdings. How's the new, post-COVID environment affecting these new deals?
Well, of course, you would appreciate that before, as we entered COVID, there was a slowdown in capital market deals, and many deals that would have happened anyway could not happen. So there was some pent-up demand. And then, of course, we also see an environment where a lot of cash was pushed into the system to buoy up markets. Many of this, of course, is feeding appetite for deals. The cost of capital has never been this low. So the numbers and the business case around many deals have improved significantly. So I'm not surprised. We are going to see at least an initial pent-up demand or if you like, a flood of these types of deals. But one, again, has to be cautious. Asian stocks and shares of SoftBank actually soared 8.96% today following this announcement. And I understand it's a mix of 21.5 billion in stock and 12 billion in cash, including a 2 billion that will be payable at signing, and there's some kind of performance bonus and so on. But I think the real issue is ARM's base in Cambridge is being protected. UK obviously are going to insist that jobs are kept, and there is no movement of technology or jobs out of the UK. And I think they've given this assurance ahead of the extensive review that will still come from Competition and Markets Authority. So I don't think we can say this deal is done, but it's still going to have a lot of scrutiny. There's a lot of market competition issues. A lot of the, for example, clients of ARM include Apple, Broadcom, and Qualcomm, who also compete with NVIDIA in one way or the other for these chips. So the competitive positioning obviously has changed. And let's wait and see how it goes with the authorities. But there are synergy gain opportunities and opportunities to make better use of capital, driving a lot of these mergers and acquisitions, particularly as, like I said, the costs of capital has become very low. But you also have to recognize that we're going to see a tapering of stimulus at some stage. And so this is not sustainable, in my view.
All right, fantastic stuff. Arise business analyst BODE OSASOMI, thank you so much for taking us through those headlines. You're watching the Global Business Report here on Arise News.